In the vast, lonely deserts of the American Southwest, under this huge canopy of stars, there are ancient legends that just persist. Stories whispered around campfires about something that hunts in the darkness, a creature straight out of a nightmare that just defies all explanation. And today, we're going to delve right into that very legend.
It's a question that it's echoed through generations. It's fueled by these chilling eyewitness accounts and events that just can't be explained. So in this explainer, we're going to investigate that exact question by looking at the disturbing stories surrounding one of the region's most terrifying legends.
At the very heart of this whole thing is the Skinwalker. Now, this isn't a ghost, it's not some simple monster, it's something way more unsettling, a shapeshifter. According to all the folklore, this is a being that can take the form of an animal, it can move with just impossible speed, and it's driven by a pretty sinister purpose. To really get our heads around this, we're not just going to talk about folklore. Nope. We are going to look at the evidence, 3 specific case files from 3 different states, and each one adds a new, terrifying layer to this mystery. So our first case file takes us to a remote ranch out in Utah, and it kicks off with this terrifying moment. Just imagine it. It's late at night, you go out to check on your animals, and you're met with that. The whole situation went from just strange to a direct, horrifying confrontation almost instantly. Okay, so let's break down what went on here. It all started with these subtle clues, weird tracks, livestock just vanishing. But then came the direct sighting of a creature with glowing eyes. The key details here are its unnatural speed, the way it ran on all fours, and the actual physical evidence it left behind. Deep scratches on the barn door, and maybe the most chilling part, the horses just vanished. Completely.
All right, let's move on to our next case file. This time, we're in Arizona. This encounter, it doesn't start with a sight, but with a sound. Something so unnatural that it immediately put a whole group of campers on high alert. This was not the familiar call of the wild. This was something else, entirely.
What's really, really unsettling here is the creature's behavior. This wasn't just some monster hanging out in the dark. It showed intelligence, like a predatory cunning. It mimicked their voices, calling their names, trying to lure them out, which is a deeply disturbing psychological game. And then, once again, physical evidence was left behind. Huge claw marks just gouged into solid rock. Our final case takes us to a lonely road in Nevada. And this quote, well, this is where the legend's most infamous ability is seen firsthand. This isn't just some strange creature. It's a creature that can literally change its form right in front of your eyes. The details here are just chilling. A figure that looks human transforms, it changes, into a dog-like creature with those now familiar glowing red eyes. It shows off this incredible agility, leaping clean over a car. And then you get the aftermath, and a disturbingly familiar pattern. Just like in Utah, local livestock starts turning up dead. It forges this really disturbing connection between these events. Okay, so we've looked at the case files. A ranch in Utah, a campsite in Arizona, a lonely road in Nevada. 3 separate events, 3 terrifying stories. But are they separate? Now we get to the analysis. It's time to connect the dots and see what kind of terrifying pattern emerges from all these accounts. It's a simple question, right? But the answer is anything but. Are these just isolated, unrelated, scary stories? Or is there some kind of common thread, a kind of signature that points to a single, terrifying phenomenon? When we actually lay the evidence out side by side like this, the overlap is, well, it's impossible to ignore. Glowing eyes, they appear in both Utah and Nevada. Unnatural speed connects those same 2 cases. We see strange marks left behind in Utah and Arizona, and the harm to animals, that links Utah and Nevada once again. So while no single encounter has every single element, the combined pattern, it points to a signature that is undeniable and, frankly, deeply unsettling. So after going through the evidence and analyzing the patterns, we get to the final, crucial question. What can we conclude from all these accounts? What exactly is haunting the deserts of the American Southwest? Putting all the data together from these accounts reveals a pretty clear and terrifying signature. We have a creature defined by glowing eyes, inhuman speed, and shape-shifting abilities. It leaves physical evidence behind, and it shows this destructive connection to local animals.
This is the profile that emerges from all the eyewitness reports, a profile that explains why this legend has such a powerful, terrifying grip on us.
And that brings us right back to our central mystery. We've laid out the stories, the evidence, and the patterns, but are they just that? Stories? Modern retellings of an ancient legend? Or could they be first-hand accounts of something truly inexplicable, something lurking just beyond the glow of the campfire?
In the end, we're left with this really chilling final thought. It's a warning that kind of sticks with you, a reminder that in the vast, empty spaces of the world, some legends feel frighteningly real. So the next time you're out in the wilderness at night and you hear something strange, just remember, it might not be coyotes.